What's up, my plus size dolls and my beauties? It is your girl Erica, and you are watching a little bit of Erica. For those of you who are new here, and if you are new here, do your girl a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment down below so your girl will know that you're here, and share this video if you care. By the title, y'all, I already know y'all already want to get into this story about me dating not one but two married men. Yes, sis. But let me start off by saying I'm still dating a married man. Joke, it's my husband, you guys. I'm married. I'm just playing. But seriously, let's get into the story, because y'all know I hate making long videos. But before I get into the story, let me just say this. My channel, like I said, it's very versatile because I do a lot of different things and I talk about a lot of different things, but I hit at the bigger community, especially the females, us plus size dolls, because it's a lot of us out here and sometimes we just need a little bit of encouragement, and that's usually what I try to do. That's what my channel is about. It's about encouraging, empowerment, uplifting and motivating us beautiful plus size dolls to be who we truly are. So with that being said, I'm finna get into the story. Y'all like my makeup? I tried to do like a little clown look for y'all because this is a clown story. It's a clown ass story, so I did a clown look. So yeah, drop a comment down below and let me know what y'all think about my makeup, because I'm trying to get better at doing makeup. I'm still practicing, but I'm getting there. So let's get into the story. Okay, like I said, I ended up in a relationship with two married men. I'm not gonna disclose their names or anything because that's just not what I do. But yes, I will say that one of them is deceased, and you know, us as being humans, we try our hardest not to talk bad about the deceased. And because they're deceased, you know, we try to talk, how can I put this? We try to talk not bad and not highly of them, but we try to talk respectful of them. Yeah, we try to be respectful of the dead, and I am respectful of the dead. It's just, dude was an asshole, and he know he was. And I hate that he, you know, he took himself out of this world like he did, but he was an asshole. So, okay, he's married guy number one. Me and him started dating when I was 19. I blame my sister because she's the one that introduced us. And you know, I will not lie, if I could go back, I would take back both of those relationships, and I would have never did them. I would have never talked to those guys, and I would have never been in those relationships. But yeah, I was 19 when me and him started talking, and like the first red flag number one is dude would literally just come up to my job. I was working at Walmart at the time. Just come up to my job and just pretty much harass me. I should have known then not to talk to him. And then he'll be so loud, like loud. Two red flags right there that I didn't pay any attention to. But anyway, so once we started talking, because I'm gonna try to talk fast. Like I said, I'm not trying to make these videos long because I might end up having to make a part 2 to this. Hopefully I don't. But anyway, when we started talking, it was in the summertime. Like I said. And you know, I guess you got to be careful with these dudes, because around summer and springtime, that's when I like to call them the freaks. The freaks come out and the losers come out, regardless of if they have somebody at home or not. And at this point in time in my life, I was a dumbass. I'm not gonna lie, I was a dumbass, and I was doing dumbass stuff. But yeah. So once we started talking, like the first couple of days, I did not know he was married. And then my sister had ended up telling me like he did have a girlfriend, but she didn't even know that they was married. She just knew that somebody stayed with him, because she was like, you know, the previous times that I had been over his house, because she was talking to his brother, the previous times that I had been over his house, she was like, it was somebody there, but I guess they broke up. So the first couple of weeks, everything was okay. But then like we started to talk to where I ended up going over his house, because I didn't really want to give him no time, and I should have kept it like that. Like I would text him and I would short text him. He'd call and I'd hurry up and rush him off the phone. He kept asking could he come see me, and I'd be like, nah, I'm okay. Only way he was able to see me is if he caught me at work. He learned my work schedule so he could be up there before I get there. He'll be there as I'm walking through the door. He'll be outside when I'm getting off work, like, you need a ride? I'm like, nah, I got a ride. So yeah, I was trying to avoid him, but just one day I just was like, you know what, I'm off work, I'm bored, I'll go ahead on and see what he's talking about. So, you know, I went over his house, and you guys, like I said, you know, until I found God, I was in a very, very bad place. We kicked it for a little bit, and I will not lie to you guys. I try to be open and honest about everything that I talk about on this channel. He was the first guy that took me to my first sexual peak. So this is how I ended up falling in love with him. It was more of a lust thing, sexual thing. He was the first guy that took me to my first sexual peak. And because of that, it was just like, damn, I can't leave this man alone now. I ended up finding out about his wife that same day. This was the first time me and him ever messed around. And this was the first time I stayed the night with him. I'm in the room, and you know, he like leaves out the room to get on the phone, and he's talking to this lady, and then he finally comes in the room. He's like, I got something to tell you. And I'm like, what's up? He's like, you gonna be mad when I tell you? I was like, nah, you know. And then I looked at him and I thought about it. I said, yeah, I am. I said, cause if you finna tell me you got something, we finna fight. I'm about to throw these hands. We about to square up with each other. And he's like, nah, it ain't nothing like that. It ain't that. And I was like, then what's up? He's like, I'm married, and she talking about she finna get ready to come back home because her name is still on this lease. So, you know, she still got the right to come back to this apartment or whatever. So, you know, me being 19 and stupid, I was just like, well, you know, that's your wife. If she want to try to work on y'all relationship, I understand that. But, you know, you should have told me off the rip that you was married. He's like, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to mess up what we had going. Like, I really like you, Erica. Like, you one of the best things that done happened to me. Another red flag. We ain't even known each other that long, so how the hell am I the best thing that ever happened to you? So, I stopped talking to him for a while, and he ends up getting back with his wife or whatever. One night I'm standing outside talking to my best friend on the phone, and we talking about the situation, and I'm telling her about it. I was like, yeah, dude, crazy or whatever, because she hadn't met him at this point. I was like, yeah, he kind of crazy, but I told her the same thing I just told you. I was like, he got some good sex. So as I'm talking, like, dude was a crazy ass driver. All I'm hearing coming up the road is so I already knew it was him. I'm trying to hurry up and walk in the house so he wouldn't see me outside. He see me blowing his horn and shit, like bum, 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 bum. So I turn around, I'm like, what's up? He's like, come take a ride with me. I'm like, nah, I'm good. What you want? Can we just talk? Like, I need to talk to you. I need to explain some things to you. So, you know, we standing outside in the yard talking. He like, me and her, we breaking up for good. She wanted a divorce. I want a divorce. I ain't happy with her. Blah, 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 blah. I told her I met somebody. I told her that she was my girlfriend. And she mad because I said you my girlfriend. So I'm like, you done told this lady I'm your girlfriend. And me and you ain't talked in a couple of weeks since she came back. And on top of that, I didn't even know you was married. So how you just gonna tell her? I didn't even know we was dating. He was like, yeah, we dating. So like a dummy, I end up getting in the car with him. We leave, go to his house. Of course, y'all know what happened and stuff like that. So this started happening weeks at a time. I'm to the point now where I actually done started to feel feelings for him, not knowing that it was sexual, but whatever. I'm starting to feel feelings for him. So we start to date more. I started to be around him more. I literally moved out of my mama's house and pretty much moved in with him. So time go by. One night he come in the room. I'm sitting up chilling or whatever. Like, all my friends that got to know him. And at the time, they kept asking me the same thing. Like, what do you see in this dude? Like, what? Because it's something wrong with him. He crazy. He's always just doing crazy shit. And I said this in my story about me finding God, about how he used to steal from us, how he used to steal from me, how he used to put us out his house. Like, if he got in one of his moods, he'd be like, everybody get the hell out, everybody go home, I don't want nobody up in my house. Everybody had to leave. Then he had to have the comfort of people, so he'd call everybody back over. Like, he just used to just do crazy stuff. So he come in the room, he's like, old girl said she coming back home again. And I'm like, okay, what they got to do with me? He like, well, you know what that means. You're going to have to leave. You're going to have to go. You're going to have to go back to your mama's house. But I promise you, me and her not together like this. She just needs somewhere to stay because her folks up the road tripping and they done put her out, so she needs somewhere to stay. So like an idiot, I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all ain't gonna be messing around. I'm straight. I'll go back home. Now this is where I get dumb. So time passed, and he'll talk to me on the phone real disrespectful. Like I said, I was stupid too, so I can't just talk about him, but he'll be talking to me while she in the house. Like, he'd be like, I don't give, because she in the room, she can hear me talking to you, she know we ain't together, like, just disrespectful stuff. And he'd be like, you want me to come get you? We could ride around, you can't sit over here, but we could ride around. And I'm just like, pump the brakes. Let's just stop talking to each other. Let you try to figure out what you got going on with her, and y'all just work y'all situation out. So I stopped talking to him for a while. Once again, he started back to stalking me at my damn job, popping up at my mama's house. I'll be like telling my mom, tell him I ain't here, or I literally wouldn't be there. He found out where my best friend stayed there, popping up at her house or whatever, calling my sister's phone, calling my phone, just on some psychotic stuff. And at the time, because I'm so young and dumb, I'm finding this stuff amusing. Like, I'm finding this shit amusing. I'm finding it cute. I will not lie to y'all. I'm finding it amusing. So, like I said, this is around the time I started to get dumb. We started back to talking, and like, he started to disappear. Like, I started to disappear. I barely started to hear from him. And a girl that I was working with, me and her cool or whatever, she was like, you talk to that dude? I was like, yeah, that's my boy. She was like, you sure? Because I was just recently at his house not too long ago. Okay, are you serious? So not only are you married, but you talking to somebody that I work with, and you done mess with this girl too? So me and her, we link up because we work the same shift. We link up. We like, at the end of the night, we're gonna go to his house. So it's me and her, my sister, both of my best friends. We all pull up at his house. He come outside. He like, what you want, Erica? What's the deal? I'm like, so not only is you talking to me, but you talking to her too? He like, well, you knew what it was when you started talking to me. You knew how I was. You knew I ain't no one woman man. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, I'm about ready to fight him, because I'm not messed up about fighting nobody, dude or female. So I'm about ready to fight him. He like, don't start all this crap. Don't start all this crap, because she in the house and she'll call the police on y'all. So she peeks her head out the door. Like, she's looking out the door. He yelling at her, take your ass back in the house. Like, he's just arguing at her while me and this other girl standing outside. Like, we all just looked so stupid. And dude was not worth it. Like, not worth it at all. So, I'm arguing at him, and my sister, she's in the car. She like, if he touch Eric, I'm finna run him over. My best friend them, they standing on the side of the car, because that's just what we do. Like, I'm not saying we just out here jumping people, but but they had my back, because this is a man we talking about here. So I'm like, you know what, I'm done with you. I'm not finna sit here and argue with you, and I already look stupid. I mean, you already got a wife, and then you talking to her and me too. No, I'm not finna keep doing this with you. So I told him I was gonna leave him alone, and I did again. It was an off and on situation with me and him for about 1.5 years. So I ended up leaving him alone, and we had got to the point where we actually left each other alone for a little bit, for a while. And I just, like I said, I was in my little stage. I started talking to other guys or whatever, and I wasn't too much focused on him. But when he found out I was talking to somebody else, like, dude just went crazy. Like, he started stalking my Facebook page. I remember him and one of the guys that I was talking to, like, argued under one of my Facebook pictures, because the guy was like, oh, you look pretty today. And he just got on there, she gonna always be mine. She just effing with you because I got a little situation going on. I mean, like, he just putting all our business out, like, talking about how we had sex and all this, and the third. And my sisters, like, all 4 of my sisters could see this stuff. And they just like, Erica, what the hell is wrong with this dude? What is going on? Like, you need to delete him, block him. Like, everybody just telling me to leave this man alone and how crazy he is. But because he, like I said, took me to my first sexual peak, I'm just like so crazy in love with him, and I'm still finding this shit cute. So finally we end up talking again. He done moved to another location. I done moved into my own apartment, And you know, we still cool or whatever, kicking it cool, copacetic. It'll come times where I'm at work, he'll be in my apartment, and my sister be like, girl, I went to your apartment to get such and such such, and he got all type of niggas in your apartment, or he just up in there chilling like it's his apartment. And then he'd get mad at the people that came to my house, like he didn't want my best friend Pam over there. And not speaking of this, me and Pam had actually fell off. We fell out for a little bit because of him. Like, he did some bull crap. I gotta backtrack before I got into my apartment. When he was still staying in his old apartment, he did some bull crap. Like, I can't even remember exactly what he did, because this man used to do so much stuff, y'all. Like, so much stuff. But he did some bull crap and said some bull crap. Like, he told Pam that me and my other best friend, Destiny, would be just talking about her, and we wouldn't do none of that. And he was like, they talk about you behind your back. They fake, they this, they that. And, you know, he's just instead of talking stuff to the girl. And then he's like, trying to amp us up. Like, he telling her, well, if Erica want to fight you, you ain't gonna do nothing anyway. You ain't gonna do nothing anyway. You scared. And then he telling me the same thing. If she want to fight you, you scared. You ain't gonna do nothing. You know, and we not letting that type of stuff go to our head. It's just like, I can't even really remember what it was that he said, but he said something that struck a nerve between me and her. Oh, he told me that she was trying to talk to him, and he was like, for her to be your best friend, she ain't no real friend, because she trying to mess on me. And it just went left from there. Like, it was a real big misunderstanding. And I'm talking about, me and this girl had been friends. Well, we still friends now. You know, we reconciled and became friends again because he wasn't worth it. So at the time though, me and this girl had been friends since I was in the 7th grade and she was in the 8th grade. Like, we had been friends for a long ass time. And it's just like, you know, she was asking me, you gonna let a dude come between our friendship? And I'm like, nah, you let a dude come between our friendship because you trying to mess with him. Like, this is just how dumb I was for this dude. I'm like, because you trying to mess with him. So we damn near came to blows. Like, damn near came to blows over this dude. Now fast forward back to me being in my own apartment. So me being in my own apartment, I'm kind of branching off from him now, because he just keep doing stupid stuff. Like, he literally, we started dating. His wife done moved to a whole nother state. She gave him divorce papers and everything. You know, I'm like, okay, well, that's what we need. We finna be together. So one day, one particular morning, this nigga, oh, I'm sorry, y'all, I didn't mean to say it like that, but yeah, he decides to write on his wife's Facebook page, because she done took a picture with her new boyfriend off of my Facebook. He writes her off of my Facebook and say, you just don't know how dumb you look. And I'm asleep, so my phone just ding, 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 you know, the little Facebook notifications, and I'm talking about it's blowing up. So I get up and I read all these comments calling me all type of home records, calling me all type of nasty hoes and nasty bitches. Like, I'm just everything in the book, you guys. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Because, you know, this lady been knowing me and this man been talking for a while, and, you know, she ain't never like tried me or anything. So this particular day, I'm like, what's up? What's the beef? What's up? So I get on there and I find his comment where he tells her she looks stupid off of my damn page. She looks stupid talking to somebody else. So I'm like, okay, she thinking it's me talking to her. So now I'm arguing with her best friend daughter, and some other woman. So my friends, you know, my friends and my sisters, they get on there. We all arguing with this woman off of his dumb shit. And I'm like, would you tell them that was you? Why would I write you and tell you look stupid moving on with another man? Like, come on now. Why would I do that? So she like, either way it go, you a home wrecker, because I seen that picture. He had posted a picture of me and him in the bed together, and I had on like this spaghetti scrap shirt, and the way the picture is, you guys, I have big boobs, so the way the picture is, it looked like I was naked. And she's like, he posted that picture of you naked, and you just let him know I'm using it, I'm taking it to court for his infidelities. I'm like, I don't care what you do, I mean, whatever. Like I said, I'm stupid. So that situation dies down. That was like when I really I was just like, you know what, I'm tired of you. That's straw number 2. we had enough problems previously, and now you bring him more problems. So we broke up for a little bit, and I'm moving on. I started back to talking to one of my old roadies, and like, me and dude standing outside my house. Me and this boy, we ain't never messing around. We just standing outside my house chilling. He pulls up in his car, like trying to argue at my homeboy. Like, what the F you doing over here at my old lady house? What is you doing over here? Also, you cheating on me? I'm like, hold on, we ain't even together. What is you doing? Like, this is the type of crazy stuff he kept doing. Every time I tried to leave him alone, this type of crazy stuff he kept doing. So, you know, I fall back in his trap. I had my last straw with him when I turned 21. Yeah, I turned 21. Had my last straw with him. No, I take that back. I was turning 20 when I turned 20. I actually met this dude when I was 18. I didn't even realize that I was 18. I just thought about it. Actually met him when I was 18. When I turned 20 is when I had my last straw with him. Like, on my birthday, you guys, he gave me a teddy bear, a card, and some candy. I wasn't tripping off of it, you know. And, you know, it's a gift. Cool. The problem was he stole the shit. And then on top of that, the money that he gave me, he stole it back from me. Then he stole some of my tax money to go to the state where his wife was at. Like, he was just doing some low down stuff. So I'm like, I had my last straw with him when I moved in his apartment with him, and his new apartment, moved in his apartment with him. He tell me to let my apartment go, and like a dummy, I did. I moved in his apartment with him. The birthday situation was one thing, then the tax money thing was another. Then he ended up leaving one night to go be with a different woman, not his wife, a whole nother woman. My best friend comes stay the night over there with me, and like, y'all, I'm just crying and acting a fool in front of her because I'm so hurt. I'm like, oh, so you just gonna leave me for this other girl or whatever? And she was like, how you know he was gone? Because you know, when you love somebody and you live with them for so long, you know their every move. Like with Corey, I know Corey every move. I know everything that Corey gonna do. I know how Corey roll. So that's how it was with him. I'm like, cuz he come up in here, I know how he roll. He done packed up certain stuff. He done took certain things. So I know he with a woman. And you know, he admitted it. That's the type of dude he was. He admitted it that he was with somebody else. He was like, I can't do this with you no more. Okay, cool. You can't do this with me no more. Cool. I'm moving out and I'll leave you alone. So I eventually, you know, move out. He done moved his wife back in with him. And the girls that was trying to fight me, like, they all at his house kicking it and everything. And how I know this, because like a dumbass, I rode through the little apartment complex where they was at. They standing outside. I started to fire one up at them, but I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So, you know, I left him alone. Move in with my sister. I'm doing good. Like, I'm doing real good. He'll just pop up at my sister's house. And she'd be like, what is wrong with this dude? Like, my sister used to go off on this man all the time. My sister, she'll stay going off on him because he'd just pop up at her house. And I'm like, can you leave me alone? I don't want anything else to do with you. Just leave me alone. I'm finally to the point where I'm winging myself off of you. Leave me alone. He wouldn't leave me alone. I'm just like, dude, it's not that serious. Like, I mean, it's just not that serious. After seeing and analyzing that I was a fool for you and everything that you put me through, it's not that serious. Like, just leave me alone. But I'm not gonna lie, like, towards the end of me transitioning out of our relationship, I just started to feel bad for him because I was like noticing that he seriously had a mental problem. And I started to feel bad for him that, you know, we formed a friendship, but I was like, we would never be in a relationship again. Never. Because he never divorced his wife. Hell, they even got remarried and the fool invited me to the wedding. What kind of shit is that? So, transitioning off of him, I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to see how long this story has been. Transitioning off of him, and I done left him alone, living my life. I'm doing good. Working, chilling, having a good life. I'm going to end this video right here and come back with part 2. Part 2 is going to be about number 2, the married guy number 2. So drop a comment down below, you guys. Let me know what y'all think of this story so far, and I'll be back. subscribe.